Hi, this is Esa.
What's up? This is Tomi Joutsen from Amorphis.
You're watching Loud TV.
It's more comfortable like that, so to speak. For me, it would be okay also to travel to Denmark, but it's not that close to airport to place the studio, so it's quite complicated to go there, you know.
I know.
Yeah. And actually, I was talking about recording vocals with Jacob, and he said that it's totally okay if I want to record my stuff in Helsinki. And it was quite easy because the guy who did the pre-production, he owns a studio called Isolla Music. So we did pre-production there with Jonas, and then I got to know with a young guy called Matias Koskiniemi, and he recorded the final vocals. And well, maybe that's, for me it works perfectly because it's like working office time. So I have lots of free time after recording. I think it's important for me personally because I can get rid of the feeling just hanging in studio. I can do, after recordings, I can do my stuff at home, relax, do some sports and stuff like that. So in that way I like it. But I don't have anything against, for example, to travel to States with the whole band and doing the whole album in a row, spending like a month there. But we didn't do that, so I prefer this one, this way of working.
Well, I think Jacob's focus for music production was more in the presence of recording stuff rather than doing too much pre-production or guiding us to different arrangements. So pretty much all the song arrangements are how they were on the original demos or after the vocal production demos. So little tweaking what we did while recording, but there's definitely wasn't like any overproduction or anything like that. Tomi recording in Finland was a very good thing because I think the result is really good, and he could really focus there better than try to rush in Denmark. So I totally understand his point of recording in Finland, and it's, you know, it's always how you come up with the best and you feel good with the recording. So I think that's how you should do it. Jacob's studio is definitely not in anywhere near Hollywood Hills. It's like in a barn in the middle of countryside of nowhere, like beautiful little town Ribe, but it's like we recorded in January. There's absolutely nothing to do, and if you want to do some sports or whatever, you had to always drive with the car like 10-20 kilometers to go somewhere.
Santeri composed lots of stuff for this album, so maybe that's the thing why it's Santeri's parts are a little bit on the front, more front on this album. And as always, we have lots of different layers on the songs, and I think Jacob also added some stuff there. He had some ideas and also different musicians.
Yeah.
I cannot remember because I'm an old fart.
Yeah, but there's also like the sort of the little 80s touch in some of the songs. That there's a lot of like this analog type of almost like singing guitar parts with a keyboard, which are a lot up front. So I think that's a good thing, and I think Jacob was more willing to bring keyboards up than Jens was with his productions.
And I think Santeri also recorded something in church again in Helsinki.
Yeah.
So church organs, like real organs. And I think in some cases it might be a little bit frustrating for Santeri because he's recording lots of stuff for every album, like shitloads of melodies and sounds and everything, and sometimes it might be that there is not enough space in song for everything. And but on this album, I think you can really hear what he is playing.
Yeah, I think it's really good contrast between guitars and keyboards.
Well, actually, the lyrics were written in 2024, I guess.
Way before there was any music, I guess.
Yeah, like over a year ago. So he didn't hear a note of the music when he started to do his things, Pekka Kainulainen. And it takes lots of time and effort to arrange everything. When I'm doing my vocal lines or composing my vocal lines, I'm always trying to try to find a good melody, not thinking that much about the lyrics or themes or anything. I just doing it by instinct, and I think it's a good way to work, but at the same time it's really a difficult way to work, because sometimes the melodies that I made, they are totally different than the rhythm of the lyrics. So that's where I really need help, and luckily I have found this guy from Finland, Jonas Olsson, who is doing perfect pre-production for the vocals for us, and he's a great help in the studio. But somehow, in most cases, when you are listening the final song, they work pretty well together. I mean, melodies and the song and the lyrics. I don't know how it happens, but there is some kind of, I don't know if it's magic or destiny or something like this, but it just works for me. And Pekka, who is doing, who is writing lyrics for us, he has like a free hand to do whatever he wants, and of course we trust him, and he brings always beautiful landscapes and beautiful poems when he's doing his stuff, and it's like an adventure when you start to read the lyrics first time. You never know what is coming up, and that's always fun moment when you realize that this is really beautiful text, and it's gonna be fun that he is working with us. Well, it's not a concept album, and when Pekka started to write down the lyrics, before that we sat down with him and we just talked, how are you doing and what's happening in your life or our personal lives, and then things started to get a little bit dark side, because the world nowadays it's really depressing place. So I think you can find death and darkness in our lyrics, because the world around us it's really dark place. And he's always trying to take something from the world situation and from his own personal life, maybe from his dreams, and also something from the Kalevala things or stories, old beliefs and myths from Finland. So it's always a mixture of everything. And but as I said, this is not like a thematic album, it's just stories. I wouldn't say it's like a religion, but maybe for some people it is kind of a religion, if you really believe those old stories and old myths from Finland. For me, I see it more like you have to respect your grandfathers and grandmothers and your history, and it gives you power, it gives you hope, and even when you are facing death, you know that this is something that you grandfathers has to face again, also, you know. And I don't know if there's life after death, but it gives you some kind of peace that you know that people before us, they have struggled with the same problems. We are doing the same fucking stupid mistakes year after year, and centuries after centuries, and that's really stupid. But that's how we are, people. It's Pekka's lyrics, so I don't know exactly what he's trying to tell us, and I think I respect what he's doing, and it's really hard to totally understand about the lyrics, but for me they are like beautiful pictures, sad pictures put in the words.
On the cover there's the river of Tuonela, which is like the river that separates the dead side and the living side. So that's what the album cover describes. There's a bridge where the two people are meeting from the living side and the dead side, from the Tuonela side. The Joutsen, the swan is like the swan of Tuonela, and the swan is important animal in Finnish mythology, especially what comes to the Tuonela river, this dead river. So it was, for us it was pretty important to have Joutsen also in the artwork, as now we've described the river of Tuonela there as well. Yeah. Boatman that brings you sort of to the dead side, or delivers you from the living side when you die. The boatman brings your soul or whatever to the manala, to the dead people's side. So that's also one element that's described in Kalevala, and it's in the cover art, back of the cover art. But it looks a bit more like the, what's the viikatemies, these like
Reaper.
Reaper.
Yeah.
Looks a bit more Reaper than.
But it's not Reaper.
No, that's the boatman.
But about the swan, I think the original idea was just to use this bridge.
Yeah.
And I think the swan idea came from Marald, who did all the cover art. Marald van Haasteren, I don't know how to pronounce it, but
Dutch, right?
Yeah. And he wanted to add something, and he was really into Kalevala and Finnish mythology stuff, and he had an idea to put swan on the cover.
It's very unique, and I think at these times when people are using more and more AI to come up with a cover artwork, I think it's really mandatory to have like a real artist to do real artwork. Then the whole artwork, not just the front and back cover, what's inside the booklet and the album sleeve, it's really beautiful and attractive. Yeah. And he's amazing artist. He's like I think we clicked quite well together.
Yes.